thinking of that, Apampas resurfaced. That same day, Daobi and others told the press this, including Victor Ome.
But he has now been concluded by the highest court of the land. There's no fashion now after Supreme Court now. You don't bring in fashion. There's no fashion. Labour Party is now one. There's no fashion. Labour Party, Supreme Court has said it, and I want the press to help in building this democracy by accepting the verdict of Supreme Court. Thank you.
Sir. When the Supreme Court has said that, I given to this Federal High Court and the Court of Appeal, rightful chairman. And I being obedient to the court, started recognizing him as well. Even after INEC had just determined stakeholders, all of us came here. I was thinking of a party can only function recognized by each member. Claiming that you're chairman of the Labour Party and the party is not recognized. You don't no longer chairman. That's what Supreme Court has assigned. That they take the parties as determining not the court. So he's hanging on to the court, and the court removed itself from him. So he has to be because if the court meets him, you will see this kind of operation. So I will advise him as the former senior party administrator, because I advised them when this thing was breaking out to do the right thing, the refuse to do the right thing. I advised them to do world congresses, local government congresses, state congresses, the national convention. Any of these, up to today, they purportedly organize a convention.
Peter Obi. And just as I reminded all of you that Apampas and his co-travelers, as they have now resurfaced, you and I will begin to even ask, where are they getting the money from? It was at this Transcorp Hilton Hotel in Abuja. That was where he granted that interview, that press conference that was kind of like published 2 days ago, where he declared himself as the person who is taking over the Labour Party, right? I mean, yeah, he was spotted in the lobby.
When now? When?
So it was there, top hotel. You must have extra cash. I'm talking about real cash now. Because that same day, it was featured on TVC. Yeah, that's Tinubu's TV, right? Then he also took his campaign to remind everybody, the media run now. I told you that it will be on the media run. You're going to be seeing him everywhere. And then you're going to hear a court judgment that is going to come somewhere. And yeah, the drama will continue like that. And here is what I am kind of like projecting. And you will remember that I said this, okay? So, just like they did during their presidential tribunal case, petition, right? Obi. And Apampas was so desperate enough to withdraw the case from court against Tinubu by saying they are not going to court. You remember that time, right? But he met a bit more organized, stifful team with Obi at the time, put it that way. But they still did a lot of public damages to whatever could have been a united fight as an opposition party. But they still went on to do there is this mad person. Hang on, let me even ask, okay? I've got this tool. I was supposed to clear out any external sound. Did you hear all that, that revving of engine by one lunatic on my street? Anyway, I sort of said it will begin this media trip or media run and all that. So after TVC, it was, of course, on Arise News. So watch this.
At the beginning of the crisis, long time ago, when Aburi was first asked to step aside by a federal court in Abuja, later he went to the appeal court. The appeal court lifted the ban. We've been going from one court to the other since that time, up to the Supreme Court level. I have a case at the Supreme Court, even right now.
Oh.
Still on the leadership issue.
Another case?
Another case, still on leadership crisis. And when this judgment was given, the recent one, because I don't want to go into long stories.
Yeah, before you even go into the story, I mean, what are you praying, what's your prayer before the Supreme Court? What's your case before the Supreme Court?
The Supreme Court, the Edo ward suspension of Aburi.
Okay.
Aburi was suspended by his ward at the ward level.
Right.
And that led to the issue of restraining him from calling himself the chairman of the party. And something led to that. There was an allegation of wrongdoing and corruption, whatever. Yeah. And when I took over, the first thing I told those who call themselves stakeholders today was that nobody can claim to be the judge in his own case. Allow Aburi to step aside. Let us investigate Aburi. That time, the NSC, the OB, who is our principal, and the so-called stakeholders were backing him. At that time, I was being blackmailed, that I've been sponsored, and so on and so forth. I keep on telling them, don't leave the real issue. Let us face the real issue. I'm happy today. The same story, the same song that I've been singing is what they are now singing today.
So you feel vindicated?
Yes. And I want the whole world to see what is happening today. I told them that this is what is going to happen at the end of the day. When you say you have a bad child, and an outsider claims that person to be a good child, at the end of the day, the whole world will see. We are all living witnesses today. Now,
so you're saying Abure is the bad child?
That time, because he was accused, yes.
What about now?
Even right now, I have never claimed that he's a good person. And I've never claimed he's a bad person. But my own problem is that I handle issues with merit.
Right.
If you are good today, I will say you are a good person. And if you are bad tomorrow, I will challenge you on that. That's my own lifestyle. And everybody know me for that. So why I'm saying this is because you're asking for where I derive my authority on this at this level.
Absolutely.
Yes. That authority, I want to cite the authority now.
Okay, very quickly.
Because when the Supreme Court judgment ruled against that Aburi should not be called the national chairman of Labour Party, I have a copy of the Supreme Court judgment here. And Aburi insisted that he's still the national chairman of the party. Then Madam Nenadi is also claiming that based on the meeting they held, that she's now the national caretaker chairman of the Labour Party.
Yes, so the 29-member.
Yes. I now said, among the three of us, if you have 1,000 people, and the 1,000 people are wrong. But it's only one person has authority. That person has authority is superior to others.
And you are the one that has that authority?
Yes, I have the authority. I will cite the authority now. I will cite the authority. I will cite
that is your Labour Party
constitution.
Which aspect of it?
Yes.
I mean, you can actually, I'm sure you know it, by heart.
Yes, 14. Yes. Article 14.
Article 14. What exactly does it say?
It's talking about if the national chairman of the party, for whatever reasons at all, is unable to perform his role as a chairman, the deputy chairman of the party takes over. It's automatic. I don't have to derive authority from anybody because the constitution has allowed me to do that. That's the function of a deputy national chairman. Unfortunately, among all the deputy national chairman, I happen to be the oldest. Okay. Among them, on the list of the hierarchy, I'm the next person to Aburi.
So age is a factor too.
No, I'm not talking of age now.
Okay, because you said you're the oldest.
I'm talking of age and hierarchy at the hierarchy level.
Okay.
On the list of officers, I'm the next person to Aburi, which means I am the closest person to him in rank and everything. So if he has any problem at all that warrants him to step aside, I'm the only person who can take over. It is clearly stated
and
here.
And now you have stepped him aside.
I've stepped him.
Okay.
So you understand now? So now court, Loma said to everybody last. And that simply means Abure may be out of the picture. That means Diota Pampas. It's a different kind of like craze, put it that way. For those of us who witnessed the drama during the presidential petition tribunal, and this guy genuinely, no, not genuinely, seriously called a press conference, and he gave Peter Obi and Peter Obi's lawyers, presidential candidate, and the presidential election petition tribunal lawyers, he gave them 7 days to resume to his office and come and tell him the state of the case. And at the same time, he was telling the media that he, as the chairman, they don't want to do case with Tinubu again. We're not doing any case with Tinubu again. How are you supposed to use style? Everybody talks, say that they sponsor you. The way you are acting, the way you are moving, but you they move mad though. Like it's so obvious saying sponsor you like this. So but you they mad, and truly right until the day. But I'm telling you, like it got to a day that on old man now. Now police save Lamidi, that old man. Like the beating was so much that the Ronukus adopted him. I don't know how many of you will remember that anyway. Here you get, it's unacceptable. It was satisfying. I mean, if you remember the tension of that time, then beats Apampas. It was so bad. Apampas ran from one room to another room. Old man. That was the tension. So just so you know that Apampas now one extra we renew. So drama I am a long ago. Seen it before. All right. And now that he's already calling press conference at Transcorp Hilton Hotel in Abuja. Apampas. Now Transcorp in the sleep. Whether they pay 1.5 million to 10 million naira per night. And there the guy they sleep. They said he's the leader of the tanker driver for the Petrol Tanker Driver Association of Nigeria or something. That's where he came from to become the national vice chairman of Labour Party. So that drama invalidates Obi and Ume's position that everything is fine now. Everything is fine, Everything is fine. When it comes to Apampas, nobody is fine. Yeah? And back to Ndume. Ndume has hit out at the people he called the Magadog. Magadog. How did he come by that? Yeah? He called Daniel or Dani Bulaba. You know Daniel Bulaba, right? So he called Daniel Bulaba a Magadog. He now called Onofunuga, the 80-year-old special advisor to Drogi Kolu on social media matter, so to say. A Magadog. He said, no, domestic dog. Hang on. It was with Esheun Okinbaloye this evening on Politics Today. The last time he was on Arise News or Arise TV with Charles, right? And after that, they've been sending their, own fireballs at him, okay? They've been shooting at him. And it was also the one that forced them to make mistake by publishing the list of Tinubu's appointees to further expose what many didn't even know. Like, people were beginning to kind of look into, okay, this one special advisor to Tinubu on rat poison. Alaji Mongono Zungono, special advisor to Tinubu on rat poison from Katsina State. Wale Yedun, Minister of Finance to Tinubu from Lagos State. Alaji, or no, Ajia Muslima, right? Special advisor to Tinubu on livestock, cow shit, and pig shit, right? She is from Kaduna. And they are now saying, oh, from Northwest, right? They have 40 people. Oh, from North Central, they have 70 people. From the Northeast, they have 60 people. From the Southwest, where Tinubu come from, they only have 29. And the Igbos, how many? 15. So because they were trying to debunk what do you call it? What Ndume said, right? That was why they had to. So they had to, again, after that, they had to apologize to people. We are sorry for making mistakes on that list. We'll fix it and bring it back later. People are now questioning the quality of appointment. Job for the boys is called. So it's boomeranged. Right? It backfired. So, on channels with Esheun Okinbaloye, Ndume has fired more. You see, when talking about Bulaba, Dani Bulaba, who is also from Ali Ndume's state in Borno State, they are from the same place, right? So Dani Bulaba said, why would a TV station allow somebody to call Tinubu's advisors, government, this and that? Why would anybody allow him to call them Magadog? That they will begin to scream like dogs soon, in which they did. They started screaming like dogs. And it was like, Nigerians, they throw people as well, right? They just went to say, well, Ndume said you're going to start barking like dogs. And you've started barking like dogs. Can't you guys just change tactics, right? Like, be predictable. Be unpredictable for once. You're so predictable. Anyway, Ndume now says that putting together kleptomaniacs, kakistocrats in your government who are only there to tell you what you want to hear, but a day is coming, he believes. A day is coming when all these sellers will not be able to really save you, but the damages would have been so huge. He's advising Tinubu, who doesn't need anybody's advice, by the way, right? So like I said, he said more. But the sweetest part was when he said something about Onofunuga and Dani Bulaba. That was my own highlight. But this one was him talking about Tinubu, his regime, and then their APC. Please watch this.
But it's still there. Should Tinubu be worried, politically speaking, about if Buhari is not on his side? Yeah, you should be worried. Every number counts. Buhari has one vote. In fact, let me put it that, as controversial as you call me,
Tinubu should also be worried about my position because I have one vote for him. He doesn't have vote for me.
But if you look at it, there are those on the inside who said Buhari did not really support Tinubu. That in fact, there are those who are of the opinion that Atiku and Buhari work together for the 2023 election.
No.
Those are the political talks on the sideline around that 2023 election.
But you know that I should know better than you on that. I know the Buhari. If Buhari say he doesn't like you, he even shows it on his face. He's not the type of person that he will play double game. Maybe you could say he did not actively worked for him, but definitely he supported the president. And he has said it time without number. Buhari is that type of person that if he's not supporting him, he will say he's not supporting him. What will he lose by doing that? So it's just this side talk there. But I have not discussed with him, but I know that he supported. How could he allow?
You heard what Atiku said, that it's about the coalition. He said they are working on the coalition and they are coming together.
But somebody there asked him whether their visit is related to that. He said no.
Yeah, no, I'm saying.
Or are you trying to twist it?
No, hold on. He said it. I'm saying that he has said that they're working on the opposition parties coming together.
Yes.
Now, the question I'd like to ask you is, you are a member of the ruling party, or you are planning to defect to this SDP?
No, not at all.
Or PDP?
No.
You're going back to PDP?
I was in PDP on sabbatical for only 2 years, I think, or 3.
Before you now moved
That
away.
was in 2010 to 2013. I left. I was on sabbatical.
Politically speaking,
yeah.
the talks about CPC arm of the APC wanted to move from the APC and defect to the SDP maybe. Does it worry you as a leader of the APC?
As I said, everyone matters. APC should be worried about what's going on, or at least they should not just brush it aside as most or some of the leadership in the APC are doing. You can't do anything. No. Every vote matters.
But why would people want to move from the ruling party?
Yeah, of course.
What is going on the inside? Why?
Politics is about interest now. If people see that their interests will not be served very well in a particular place, they move. Especially in Nigeria, where politics is more of platform, not ideology. So people can move around and it doesn't prick their conscience. But there are some people that are not even ready to move around. They stick to it. There are some people that have been in PDP since day one. They have never moved, like Bode George.
And like Nyesom Wike.
Yeah, Nyesom Wike has never moved, changed his party. But now, you can't say where he is.
Maybe he's APC.
APC, yeah.
Because he is in the
one
cabinet.
One leg is in PDP and the other leg is in APC. Yeah.
But you look at it, what do you think are the grievances of some people in the APC, making them think, having a double thought about?
Yeah, 2 years.
Why?
2 years. One of the biggest is 2 years into the government. Many people feel they have been abandoned. Like Erifai gave that an excuse that APC left him behind. While, and so many others too, looking at, what I know, you called me to discuss, like, showing appointments, opening up, having access, then carrying people along, feeling you belong. It's just down in the school. So people are not happy. Many people don't have access. I said it sometimes back. They didn't do something about it. Instead, they come back on the pages of newspaper and start abusing the messenger instead of addressing the message. The same thing that is happening in most of the things. And that's very, very dangerous.
Senator.
And who are these court jesters, these hypocrites They would rather attack the messenger and leave the message. It's talking about Onofunuga, Bulaba, and whoever feels beats for this message, right? I haven't gotten to that part where he actually poured it out. Okay, we'll get to that part. But listen to this one.
Yeah, because he's going to be a rock solid based on the experience. You spend a long time in politics, so you should know. If you look at the crystal ball, do you think Tinubu can have a comeback in 2020 with what is going on right now?
Yeah.
Your prediction, what is it?
That is if they work on it.
But things are not looking good right now.
Yeah, you know that. Circumstantially and also evidently. Why I say circumstantially is because there is a global turndown that contributes to the economic downturn, increase in inflation, the downturn in the value of naira. And then, if you look at from the presidency itself, being unable to carry people effectively, especially politicians, politically, and also, having. I said it here before, and I was really thinking whether I should say it again, even though I stand on it. That if you have aristocrats and kleptocrats dominating the democratic space, you would have a problem.
Is that what is happening right now?
Yes, because the Democrats have been abandoned. I said it before, it costed me my job, and I don't know whether next now they will be expelled